Well, good morning, everyone. This is your old pal, Hannibal the Hannibal, giving you a candid look at my daily life living in a van with almost no money. As you saw in the opening, I left Bass Pro Shop and I went to the laundromat and did some laundry. Spoiler alert, all the prices went up, so it cost me a lot more. So it was like $13.75 to do one load of my bedding. And that didn't count my regular laundry. But it's done. The bed liner's been cleaned. Most of the red is gone. It's back on. I went to another parking lot and wrestled with it in the parking lot and got it all zipped on. So the bed is kind of made and clothes are clean. So now it's time to head over to Planet Fitness and catch a shower. All right, we made it. So hopefully the showers are free and I can get a real shower, because it's been 2 days since I've had a proper shower, and in this humidity, it's probably not good. All right, shower is done. Filled up the water bottle out of their fountain machine and got water for the kitties. Hello, Waddles. Hello, Happy. Today's not a bad day. It's humid out there, and there's not going to be too much sun, it looks like. But I got my laundry done. We got our shower in. Everything's good for today. I need to make my lunch. I don't feel like doing much else until it's time to go to work. I'll probably come back here and work out at the gym if I'm rested enough, and go to work. It's supposed to be cooler the next 2 days, so that's going to be a better time for me to go do the stuff I wanted to do at storage anyway. And I don't know, trying to be frugal and looking at my bank account and realizing that, you know, I depleted my money. I'm not going to say this all the time, guys, but keep in mind that I basically make the equivalent of a little over $200 a week. And like, say when I buy the cat supplies, if I buy their 30 days worth of cat supplies, that's litter, which is usually about 2 of those bottles at least, bag of cat food, close to 20. I mean, we're talking closer to 100 than not 100 just for cat supplies. I got 4 cats, and that's on me. But so they get handled first is what I usually do. And then I get my struggle stuff together. That's, hey, look, if I can't afford to just eat something that I want, you know, McDonald's or something like that, then at least I have peanut butter sandwich, ham sandwich, something like that. This old school stuff people have always done. But I got my stuff in storage and I need to sort it. I need to sort it because there's a lot of stuff that I used to sell on eBay a lot, and I even have a whatnot account. So I need to go through that stuff anyway and start getting it down. The part that's depressing is I have been putting stuff in those nice red tote boxes, and my goal was to keep doing that. Like, this is the stuff I keep, catalog it and it goes, catalog it and it goes. And now it's like, money for a sandwich or a tote box. So I want to build my shelving. I got a really cheap way to do shelving with some 2x4s and stuff than the way I did before. But again, it's 2x4, or do I like Coca-Cola? I like Coca-Cola. I really like Coca-Cola. Anyway, what I'm saying is the stuff that had to get done today has gotten done. I do work tonight. When I have a day that I have to work, I look at that as the priority. So we're about 30 minutes away from, like, if I went to sleep and slept a full 8 and went to the gym, we're about 30 minutes away from that. Lately, I've just been doing 5. You'll find, like, when you do van life, because you can kind of sleep whenever you want outside the job, you're pretty rested. It's just sometimes the fatigue hits you at a time you wanted to do something. At least that's what I found. Like, I'm not like drained and groggy. I don't drink energy drinks nearly as much as I used to. It's almost like the job gets in the way of me being productive and being rested. But I'm feeling much better. I don't think I get nearly as sick as I used to. I feel a little bit of ache in that ankle from where my pinched nerve was, but right now it's good, and I'm hoping it stays that way. That's why I want to get in here and come to the gym tonight, because I use the stretching machines on my back and my legs and my hips, and then I do my little workout. So, okay, let's go post up somewhere. I don't want to go post up where I usually post up, because when I was pulling in, the Chinese, since I was there later, the Chinese restaurant guys were there, so I pulled into that spot you saw me pull out of before we went to Planet Fitness. And then when I started to leave, I saw there was a police officer parked on that side. I told you that I almost never see semis stay there too long or anything like that, even though it's a big empty lot. He was parked there. And my paranoid self thinks that because I fell asleep last week there, I mean, no one came or anything and pulled out when the sun started going down. My paranoid self says that maybe that was them making a call to the police officer saying, hey, these guys are hanging out. Now, to be fair, when I look out on my little camera, because you know it records when I have it on, there are like a ton of homeless people riding their bikes and everything going around to the back and stuff like that. So I mean, something probably does happen there, mostly at night, I'm sure. So let's go post up somewhere. That's right, we're posted across the street where all vans become useful. The Amazon shipping center. I mean, just look at all those vans. Rentals, those new ones. You should see it early in the morning. There's just a fleet of them flying out. And yet my packages that say they're going to be there today don't show up for 2 days. You're right there.
Wanted to stay or not.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Caretakers have made the decision for you. It's too late.
Get the car that gets to these people and let them each other, aren't you?
Sometimes the simplest things are the best things. Brought with mustard and watching the original House on Haunted Hill.
You said your sister killed a man and a woman here and cut them up? You said they found heads and feet, but they never found any heads. Would you like to see one of those heads? Would you all like to see one of those heads?
That is nice and hot. Got a nice little snap to it. Yeah, this is going to be a good meal.
Go. Hugh Purnell's acid bite.
And when they fix that hernia, be sure they don't let any guts fall out. You're running kind of short as it is.
Trapper John.
Well, good evening, everybody. About 8 o'clock at night. I'm getting ready to go inside Planet Fitness here, get a small workout in, hit the shower, and then suit up for work. Catch up with you after that. All right, all done with the gym and the shower. Pretty much ready for work. Technically, I don't have to be at work for an hour, but what I usually do is try to be inside 30 minutes early so I can set all my stuff up to charge. My Jackery, the Euhomy batteries, and then after lunch I usually bring that little Lunchbox tin and clean it out, because we have a full kitchen sink and everything in our break room, so I rinse it out and have it clean for the next day. But first, you know what I'm going to do. Time to go to Circle K, take advantage of that reward, get an 89-cent extra large soda, cola, Coke, pop, whatever you folks call it. I'm not sure what I'm getting. Fanta's always a safe bet. Coke's kind of, did they change the syrup early enough, or is it toward the end of its life? You know what I mean? But we're on the way. I'm not gonna lie, this joint is pretty packed tonight. It's the shopping center over there. They just opened a new Chinese place. I've been to their location downtown, but not the one that's up here. Alright, let's go in. There's like no parking spots. Okay, so I finally broke down and got that new Mountain Dew flavor over here at Circle K. It looked a little light to me. So it may not have had all the syrup going for it. When I tasted it, it might taste slightly seltzered, but I also just brushed my teeth at the gym, so hard to tell. So I put about like 3 squirts of regular Mountain Dew in it as well. So we'll see. That's not bad. It's got a nice flavor. It does have a little more seltzer taste, so I don't think it had its full syrup potential going. This time of night, you always take your chances at these gas stations. All right, well, going over to the Walmart parking lot, and I have less than 30 minutes before I go inside. We're here. So now I'm just going to chill for about 20 minutes, and then I'll go inside. What I usually do is I go inside, hook up all my charge stuff, then I go sit in the break room. Walmart has really good Wi-Fi, so now that I have my earbuds again, I can edit on my phone these videos, because that's all I've been doing right now is mostly editing on my phone, because I don't have access to my desktop computer, and if I ever drop in sound and stuff, it's because I went to the library, because I can sit on their computers and use the library. But I get to do a lot over here at Walmart because we have really good Wi-Fi, and since it's when the store pretty much closes, there's not a lot of people on it. So talk to you later.